And the topic that I was asked to speak on was recruiting. And so when I got asked to speak on recruiting, number one, I was really excited because I can't think of a single topic more important, really, for somebody just getting started, as well as in the middle of your journey and your leadership. It doesn't matter. It all comes down to recruiting. So there wasn't a single topic that I was more excited to speak on than recruiting. So I was really looking forward to it. But when I got to thinking about recruiting and what I wanted to talk about, there's so many things I could have talked about. And I think that the most obvious thing is getting people in, right? And how to do that. But recruiting, really good recruiting, recruiting with longevity actually starts much, much before you ever even have a conversation with somebody. And then it's a continual journey of how that works. And it's a process and a system that you kind of have to develop. So recruiting actually starts with some work behind the scenes. So when I say work behind the scenes, I'm talking about your profile. You know, if you had a traditional business, then you would have a storefront that people went to for that business. And if somebody came to your storefront and there was all kinds of it was a disaster and they weren't sure exactly what the store was about or what you sold or what you did or what the brand of the storefront was, people would walk right on by. Or they'd take a few steps in and see that it was an absolute disaster and turn around and walk right back out. So in this virtual world that we live in, where we sell our goods online, our storefront are those profiles. So when you're looking at that, you know, what are you portraying yourself as? What are you posting online? A few things that I could think of right off the bat when I was writing this training is that positivity, authenticity, vulnerability, humor, and insightfulness are always things that are going to draw people into you. And I'm going to go more in depth on that specific thing in the next couple of slides here. But just as a general overview, those are things that are going to draw people to you. Now, on the flip side of that, what are things that are going to sort of pull people away from you? Posting your drama online, that's a big one. People don't listen, especially in the world that we're living in right now. People have enough drama going on in their lives. That is going to make somebody walk right back out of that door, right? So whatever, you can name a million things. So thinking of those things that are turnoffs to people are going to do the opposite for your business. So stop and think before you post. Is this going to attract people to me, or is this going to push people away from me? Is this growing my business or hindering my business? Okay, so recruiting really starts here before it starts anywhere else. Another really important key factor in this, because this is a little more abstract. This isn't do this and then this will happen. Posting, like I said, is really a process that you grow and you develop into over time. But you cannot start posting today and get those results tomorrow. I think that in the world that we're living in, the instant gratification world that we live in, most people think that I'm going to put this one post up and it's going to be fire, and I'm going to have to do nothing in my business forever and ever, at least for the next week, because this post is going to be so good. Does anybody understand what I'm saying there? You think this is it, right? Or you have people that are like that. It just doesn't work like that, okay? So posting is something that you have to do consistently, and always, no matter where you're at in your journey. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what to post, but getting into the mindset of being a business owner is really going to help you with this. So going back to that analogy of the storefront, if you had a traditional business, nobody is going to show up. I mean, maybe eventually down the line, but when you're just in the startup phases of that business, nobody's going to show up, unlock your doors, flip on your lights, fold your clothes, sort your things, do the inventory for the day. Nobody's going to come and do that for you. You have to do that. And so just just like in that traditional business sense, there's certain things that you have to be the one. You're the one that has to do it in your business in order for your business to be successful. So there is a major difference in the employee versus the entrepreneur mindset. And the sooner that you can, no matter where you're at in this journey, the sooner that you can adapt that entrepreneur business owner mindset, the faster and the easier this is going to go for you. And it is a hard transition, but the difference in those things is that employees think of work as something that has to be done, you know? So an employee thinks, if I don't do XYZ, then there's going to be a man or a woman standing over my shoulder, pointing their finger at me, and that signs my paycheck that is not going to be very happy with me, right? I'm not going to get paid. I'm going to lose my job, so I have to do this thing. But an entrepreneur looks at things differently. They look at, I get to do this. They see their work as more of a passion and a creativity, and the place where they pour in to their creative juices. They put their personality, they put their flair on it, and they start to build that legacy of what they want to see grow, right? Rather than growing somebody else's dream, they put into it what they want to see. They kind of create that culture and that community of their own. By making the world a better place, their world, the way that they want to see it done, right? So those are a couple of the differences there that's going to help you as we work through these slides that I have. So as far as entrepreneur versus employee, most people that come into something like 4% of the world population are entrepreneurs right now. Everyone else considers themselves an employee. And so knowing that, like I said, if you can adopt the entrepreneur mindset, it's going to help you. But also you need to know what you're dealing with in your business. And if you know going into it that most people that you're going to work with are more of the employee mindset, until we can get them shifted into the entrepreneur mindset, then we have to give them a guide on how to work their business. We just talked about posting. So that guide is, what do they post? What do they talk about? How do they attract people to them? Like we mentioned, the positivity and insightfulness and all of those things that we already spoke about. What does that look like? So I developed this concept of branding fives. And it is 4 things that you create 5 things to talk about, right? I wish I could kept it like more uniform, where it was like 5 things with 5 things to talk about, but it didn't work out that way. So branding fives are the 5 things in each of these categories that you are going to find for yourself, as well as your new business associate, that they're going to give them a guideline of what to post about. Does that make sense? So I'm going to break each category down. So the categories are your personal 5 things that you're going to post about, your product 5 things that you're going to post about, your compensation plan 5 things that you're going to post about. And then some of you that are brand new in this, so you can tune this part out for right now. But some of the rest of you have the makings of some massive, massive leaders in you. There are some of you that just have this like burning, boiling, like I'm ready in you. And so then that set of 5 is how to kind of step into your own as a leader. How, some of you are like, oh, I love Alli's trainings and I love what she brings to the table, but how do I do that myself? I'm ready to do that myself, but I don't know how to do it, right? So that last category is for you guys that are kind of ready to step into your own lane of leadership and start kind of leading your team and creating your culture and those sorts of things. And that is content and leadership 5, okay? So let's break them down. Your personal 5. Now, this one should really be the easiest of all of them. This is, who are you? What are your 5 things that you want to talk about that is going to do what we mentioned earlier and attract people into your storefront, that are going to make them want to know more about you and what you do? So what are your 5? What do you like? What are you into? What are you good at? What is going to make somebody laugh? For me, I'll just give you some examples so you can start to sort of see for yourself where I'm going with this. And so my 5 are very simple. I'm a mom of 4 crazy, crazy humans. I'm a wife. So that makes me just like all of these other people that I'm talking to. You know, they may see what I do, how I do it, and think that they can't do that. But then they also see that I'm a mom and a wife, and that makes me just like them. So I like to post funny things. I love funny memes. I love making someone's day. I love to make somebody laugh. I love to tell stories about the thing that my kids did that made me want to pull my weave out. Like, I love to go down there because when it comes to business, if you know me in real life, you'll know that I'm a little crazy and I love to have fun and I love to laugh. But the me that comes to business, I'm very serious when it comes to business. And so I like to share that funny side of me, because if you don't know it exists, then you may think that I'm always serious all the time, or always working out all the time, or I'm always doing these things that don't interest you. Another thing I love is fashion. I love Amazon. I just had like a 20-minute conversation with my UPS guy because he's here every single day. So I love to talk about fashion and what I'm buying and what I'm doing and what, interests me, as well as fitness and working out. That's a big part of my life. So when you look at this list, my list is not going to be anything like your list, because I don't know anything about underwater basket weaving, and I don't know anything about sewing, and I don't know anything about cooking, really. I mean, I can read, so I can cook because I can read the recipe, but I don't know anything about creating anything, and maybe you do, okay? So my list isn't going to look like your list. So think of those things when it comes to you. Build your list, not my list, okay? So that's the first thing whenever you are bringing a new person into this, or you're like, I don't know what to post. Post, as long as you're posting on a personal level in the lane of the 5 things that you put on your list, then you are headed in the right direction, okay? The next category, why is it not switching? Okay, is product 5. Again, this should be super, super easy, because you should always know what you love about your products. Somebody's like, well, I don't know what to say to so-and-so. Somebody's messaging me and I need a script. I don't know what to say. And I'm like, whoa, friend, what do you love about your products? Why are you even here? Why did you start, right? What made you interested in what you now have your hands on to share with somebody else, okay? So when it comes to products, the 5 things that you want to make sure you put on your list are the 5 biggest reasons that you love your products, okay? So a few of the examples that I would share. I am a busy mom with 4 kids, so I like the simplicity of it. I like that it's quick and it's easy, and I just pop it and I don't have to think about it, and I go on with my day, right? So I like the simplicity of it. I like that our Heart and Hydration is freaking delicious, right? I love it. I drink it every day. Are you guys getting the new energy one? Do y'all know? No? Oh, it's a bad day to be a South African, okay? Because those are delicious, all right? Because anyway, all right. Obviously, I've had way too many of those today. But anyway, but they're delicious, right? Everything that we have tastes good. It's, like I said, quick and easy. Our results are effective. It's affordable for most people. And for the ones it's not, let me show you how to make it affordable, right? So those are the 5 things in regards to your product. So remember, there's 4 categories of things to post about and 5 guides for you within those categories, okay? So when you're helping somebody figure out what to post, personal, product, the next one is comp 5. So a lot of people are like, I don't know how to get people on my team. Has anybody ever said that or had that said to them before? I don't know how to get other people on my team selling. But then I go look at their page, and you would never really know there was an opportunity there, because they don't talk about the opportunity. They don't talk about the benefits of the comp plan, because guys, we have an awesome comp plan. I was listening to a Netflix show the other day that actually made me want to attack the television like a hungry lion, and I was very, very angry. and the lady that was on there was talking about the amount of volume that her team did every month and then how much she made every month. And I was blown away, guys, because we are so blessed to be in a comp plan that doesn't just steal from us left and right, okay? And that is what people are used to in network marketing, unfortunately. So we have something really beautiful and really golden here, and like we need to be talking about it, okay? Because it is not the norm. So I wrote down a few quick examples of the 5 things that I might want to talk about if I were talking about our comp plan, about the benefits of our comp plan. So, and you guys can drop in the comments because there's going to be things that I didn't think of or that I forgot about. But a few of the really important things that I thought of right off the top of my head is that we're paid every single week. Every single Monday. I'm assuming your guys is the same Monday. Maybe it's Tuesday for you guys. I don't know. I don't know how the time change works. Not my forte, okay? So, we get paid every single week. We get 5 paydays a month because we get at a minimum 5, because sometimes there's like an extra week thrown in there where you get 5 Mondays and then you get another 10th of the month payday. I mean, it's awesome, right? So at a minimum, we get 5 paydays a month. There's the rank advance bonuses, you know? So, yeah, that's a great one. I don't know. Cherise said that. Cherise said no input costs. So there's no startup costs, right? Somebody could purchase as little as a trial and start building a business today. That's an excellent one. Y'all need to write that down. So there's no, none of the big overhead fees. There's none of the, website. Some other companies, I'm trying to think of what they call it, but they call it like a operating fee or something. Some people charge every single month for their webs just to have a website with them and not even make any money yet. So right off the top, they're taking money from you, right? So we don't have any of that stuff. But yeah, rank advance bonuses. If somebody comes in and they hit that first rank advancement, they get a bonus. If they hit that next one, then they get another bonus. If they hit 1 star, they get another bonus, okay? So bonuses, all the things that we have to offer. Sometimes we even run additional different promos throughout the year. And then the lifestyle getaways like Club 90, Focus. I would even consider Summit one of those because it's fun. We have fun there. We dance and it's a fun. Yeah, Benita said we get paid in US dollars, which I guess that's a good thing for you guys. Like I said, not my forte. So anyway, and then the friendships, the relationships that we build. There are so many. I don't know how many of you guys are moms out there, but there are so many working moms, single moms, working from home moms, stay-at-home moms that are so lonely because they don't have any time to develop the friendships that they once had, or they don't feel like they have anything in common with those people in their life anymore, you know? So there are people that they want to know about the friendships and how they can, and now is not a good time, okay? Okay, so that is comp plan 5. So then I told you guys that I'd have something for some of you that is for those of you that feel the I'm ready, the burning, like I want to step in and do my part and lead my people. And this portion is for you. So a lot of the time, I think what holds us back is that we don't know where to begin ourselves. We have it. We have the want and the desire and the burn and the drive and the work ethic and all of the things, but we just don't know where to begin. And so the list that I put in front of you is where, in my opinion, you're going to get that inspiration and that thing. So I don't ever, like I said, it truly is a privilege to me that you guys asked me to be here, and I take it very seriously. And so anytime I have to train for anything, I take it very seriously. And the way that I get ready for this training is like I could jump up and down like for 5 minutes and dance, and some people do that way, but I dive into these things on this list right here. I break out like my favorite books, my favorite podcasts, my favorite trainer on Facebook, and I delve into that, and I just let them feed and feed and feed and pour into me so that I feel like I am empowered and ready to pour back into you. And I truly believe that that is the way that you guys are going to find your path to leadership and your path to creating content. You have to first be a student and then be the teacher. So these are the ideas that I want you guys to make sure that you write down. There are a million books out there, and I can send Benita a list of some books. I'm assuming they're all going to be available to you guys. Do you have Amazon? Do y'all have Amazon? Yeah, okay. So most of these are going to be available on Amazon, on Audible. So I can send Benita a list of books. I listen to a lot of Audibles because I am so busy. So I like to I always have an earbud in. That's just kind of the thing that people know of me because I'm always listening to something. So I do a lot of Audible books, podcasts, Facebook Lives. You're not going to get inspiration. Like, I just don't wake up in the morning and I'm like, I have a brilliant idea. I mean, sometimes I do, but it's because I've spent so much time being a student at this point. Okay. So you have to pull that inspiration from somewhere, and then you redirect it into how that is going to be valuable for your culture and your team. So you're going to have to find your inspiration. Okay. So those are the branding 5 when you're trying to help yourself and your new person with the direction to start their business and what to post and all of the things without being some sort of like spammy pammy or whatever. Okay. So now that we've talked about what we're going to post, we're going to talk about when you're going to post and how much you're going to post and all the good things. So your commitment comes first, right? A lot of people do not have a talent problem. They don't have a can't do it problem. I don't think there's a single person on the planet that can't do this. What they have is a consistency problem. What they have is a commitment problem. What they have is a work ethic problem, right? So take a look at your current business. How many hours are you currently committing to work your business a week? And it's going to be different for each of us, because I'm not the person that's going to get on here and just like type A, like red color shark you and say you have to do nothing but work your business, because your goals are different than my goals. What you want out of this is different than what I wanted out of this, right? So you need to just take a look at it, and are you committing any hours to working your business, really? Because the amount of time that you spend on your business is going to be different for each of us. And when it comes to recruiting, it is a numbers game, and there's a formula that you can follow for success to take the pressure off of yourself and focus only on the numbers. But you also have to spend some hours on your business doing all of these other things that we just talked about. Okay, so I'm going to give you that formula in a minute, but like I said, that shortcut that you're looking for is the consistency in your business. There is no magic thing. There is no secret potion. It's consistency. Has anybody and I'll prove it. So has anybody on this Zoom today or this live not done a whole lot in a month? I don't care what month it is, but any month, December. Let's just say December. And then like the 25th rolls around and you take a look at your numbers and they're kind of like solidified, and you know about where you're going to end the month, and you're like, holy crap, not a fan of that. And you just start banging it out, right? You just start messaging all the people and following up with all the people, and then all of a sudden you just start enrolling like crazy. Has anybody had that? I'm going to just admit it. I've been there. I've done it more than one time. I got the t-shirt. Has anybody done that? No, nobody. It's just me. Okay, well then I'll just move on. Okay. Some of you guys have done it. Okay, so that's not it's a slow month problem. That's not it's a bad month problem. That's a consistency problem, because if you worked all month, a fraction of the amount that you worked in those 5 days, you would have a completely different story on your hands, right? So consistency is the shortcut we're looking for. So consistency boils down to Yeah, don't overthink it. No overthinking here. We're just going to do the work and not think about it. So consistency boils down to a daily method of operation. Every single business has one. I know you guys know what it is because I know it's been beat into every person on the planet's head. But I think that, like Amanda said, there's a lot of overthinking that goes to it. And DMO just means what you do every single day. So there is a set of things in your business that are important that has to get done every single day. So when I gave some examples on here, but they're going to be different for each of you. So I need you to kind of take a look, write out, maybe like when we get done here, write out the different things that you could or should be doing for your business, and then take those. Oh, it sounds like maybe you guys already have one, but I'm going to talk about it anyway, just so for those of you that don't maybe know what I'm talking about. Take those things and then put a star next to the five to seven things, I would say, that you deem the most income producing or the most important. And then that's your DMO. You've created a DMO just like that, just that simple. Okay? So find out what those are and then do those things every single day. And then on the slow days or the slow weeks or the slow months, then make sure that you're doing all those other things too, right? But there are a set of things that are the most important things that have to get done every single day, and then put a number to them. And then you have created yourself a DMO. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay, I'm seeing lots of head nodding, so good. Okay, so we did all those things. We did the posting, we've got our DMO, we're doing the work, but now the next most important thing is that customers can only come from conversations. Like I said, recruiting starts way back on that first slide when we talked about what we're going to post, our fives, we got those all together. Recruiting starts way back there, but the only way that you're going to get and keep customers is to have conversations with them. So when you're doing those things, when you're posting and then you start to have the conversations, some tips that I have for you guys is to be smart about it, like act like you know what you're talking about. And if you don't know what you're talking about, then revert back to the things that you love about your products and talk about those things, because you do know about those things, right? Build a actual relationship with them. Make sure that they feel like not just that you're trying to throw a product down their throat and that you're never going to speak to them again. Actually build a relationship with them. And here is a really important one, okay? I have some complainers in my life, and they will say, I'm just not making the sales, I'm not advancing, but they're always the same people that aren't doing any of the things I just talked about, and they're also the same people that are never responding to their customers in a timely manner. So this one is like, gets under my skin, y'all. Respond quickly to those people because they have ADD. They know how the internet works. They understand Amazon, and you will lose their attention and their interest very quickly if you don't respond to them right now. And here's an example. So let's just say on Tuesday, you're like, I really want a cheeseburger. Okay, I really want it right now. I'm very interested. Can somebody please send me some information on a cheeseburger? And it takes that somebody like 22 hours and 7 days to get back to you about that cheeseburger. And then they finally send you just a whole bunch of information about the cheeseburger, and it's 7 days and 22 hours later, and you're like, I don't even want a cheeseburger anymore. I'm not hungry anymore, right? Does that make sense? Same is true in this scenario. Get them while they're hot. Get them right now when they're interested. That doesn't mean you have to have your phone in your hand all the time. I get it. Listen, don't come at me. I get it. You don't have to have your phone in your hand all the time. But get them when they're hungry, when they're interested, okay? Get back to them in a timely manner, all right? So then the next part on here is how many people can you get in front of the information in an hour? And that is if you're looking for like a basic, how many people do I need to talk to a day so that I can put that into my DMO? It's this formula right here. It really just comes down to how many people can you get information to in an hour How many do you think that you consistently and committedly get information to in an hour every single day? And then multiply that by how many hours you want to spend working your business a week, consistently working on that DMO portion of it. And then you have a formula for the bare minimum amount of people you should be talking to on a weekly basis. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay, cool. I'm getting head bobs. Still with me. Okay. So next thing for you and for your new people, because I don't know who I'm talking to today, is where do you find those people to have those conversations with, right? And you've seen this list a million times, but I've got a totally different spin on it that I hope is going to help some of y'all today. But this list is the most common list of people, right? Friends, family, coworkers, great people to get on the products, nurses, teachers, doctors, because they have lots of nurses, teachers, doctors, friends, right? Influencers, people that, that are talking about products anyway. People that you have on social media. I know that we all, when we first started this business, had friends on our social media that we didn't actually know in person, that we were like, I don't even know how this, I don't even know why is this person on my friends list, right? It's fine. Hit those people up. And then friends of friends, okay? Those are the most common things. But what I want to kind of instill in you guys and almost challenge you guys with is to accept and understand that the people on this list are probably not going to be, okay, now don't get mad at me if your Aunt Sally is your biggest worker, or your sister-in-law or whatever, okay? Don't get mad at me. But they're probably not going to be the one. You know what I mean? Like the one that we all want, the Bonita, the rock star, like they're probably not going to be the one, okay? However, they know the one. Somebody on this list knows the one who knows the one who knows the one. You guys got me? So these people are important. These people are great for your new people getting started, to make that first initial sale, to get their confidence boosted, to get them up and running and going with their business, okay? So they may not be the one, or they could be. Again, don't come at me. They might be the one, but they're probably not going to be the one. But they know the one, okay? So how many of you guys are asking for referrals, that use referrals in your businesses currently? Nobody? Ooh, child. Okay, so we got lots to talk about. So referrals. Okay, Christy 5,000 bonus points. So referrals are like the next level cold market. Referrals are the way. Because like I said, how are you going to know that Aunt Sally knows the one that's going to change your business, if you don't ask Aunt Sally, right? So here's what I'm going to tell you guys. Number one, for those of you that don't ask for referrals, you got to ask for referrals, okay? For those of you that are asking for referrals, then here's what I want to challenge you with. Are you asking for the referral right after the sale, or at what point are you asking for the referral? Because I think that this is going to make all the difference, right? So bear with me here. So there is not going to be a single time ever in the history of ever that customer, distributor, friend, etc., whatever they are, is going to be more excited about their products than they are the moment they hit that submit button. Right? Because it is like this is it. This is going to be the thing that fixes everything for me, right? This is what I've been waiting for. Sharice already told me about it. I am so excited. There's not going to be another moment that they're going to match that excitement in between the time that they hit submit and the time that their package arrives in the mail. Yes, they're going to be jumping for joy after they lose that first 10 pounds. Don't get me wrong. But it's that moment after they hit submit that they are never going to be more excited than that moment right there, okay? And so ask right then for the referral, okay? Say, listen, Cindy, I am so excited, but I'm trying to grow my business. And I was just wondering, do you know anybody else that might be interested in weight loss? Whatever Cindy just told you she was interested in, that might also be interested in weight loss, that needs a little bit more energy. Do you have any nurse friends on your shift that needs some energy to get through the night, or needs to help losing weight, or they've expressed to you that they're interested in XYZ, right? Ask right then, okay? The next part is to be on the lookout for people that you can help in the business. Now, I'm not talking about being like a shark that like every conversation that you have or every post that you see on Facebook, you've got to attack it. But there are people in the world that are begging and needing what you have to offer, and you have to take that responsibility really seriously. And it may seem silly or like, that seems like a little bit dramatic, but I'm serious, guys. If you have ever been a person that didn't have enough energy to move their feet across the floor, and then you were introduced to something, that's life-changing to somebody. If you've always been overweight your entire life and all of a sudden you're taking 2 pills twice a day and you're down 50 pounds, that's life-changing. So there are people out there that need and are begging for what you have to offer, and you're not telling them about it, right? So when people post things on Facebook, there's a little thing that I like to call permission marketing. And this is effective, and I promise you it's effective, and it's going to change your whole wide world if you aren't doing this, okay? So I'm not saying this is the only way, and like if Benita disagrees, then she can just unravel everything that I'm about to teach you. But when you're scrolling through Facebook, how many of you, and let's just be honest because I'm 5 years into this and still do it, find yourself every single day just doing this, like mindlessly just scrolling through Facebook? All of us, every single one of us still do it, because sometimes our brains just need to like shut off and worry about somebody else's problems for 5 minutes, okay? So we all do it, but we can still use that time to build our businesses. So I know that you guys have seen people post things like, oh my gosh, I have such a migraine, I'm so tired, I'm this or that. Let's just wandering mindlessly. We all do it. But there's opportunities in that mindlessness if we can just open our eyes to them. And that is to look for these opportunities where somebody has said, I basically, and I'm summarizing here, I have this need, Lord, please help me. I mean, that's basically what they're saying, right? So be on the lookout for those posts, and then use the permissioning marketing that I'm about to explain to you by saying, here's what I would do if I saw somebody that said something that I thought I had a solution for. I would say, hey, Amanda, I'm so sorry that you're experiencing that, but I just sent you a message about something. When you get a second, please check your inbox. Okay? I'd comment that on the post, right? And then I'd go into my inbox and I would say, tell me more about this thing that you're experiencing. So if we're using migraines, whatever the thing is, tell me more about what your weight loss struggles are. Are you struggling with like the belly fat? Did you just have a baby? Is it cravings? Is it the energy and motivation to get up and move? You know, can you tell? Here, write these words down if you don't write anything else down this whole time. Write down, tell me more. Tell me more about XYZ, okay? Ask people what they need, y'all, and they will tell you. I promise. Ask them. Don't say, boom. This is a totally different approach. If I would have messaged Amanda and said, I have the solution to your problem, here's what it is, it's $139 a month, it's going to change your life, goodbye. That is a completely different tactic than tell me more about what you're experiencing. And they will tell you, okay? And then that is your opportunity to, number one, share with them why you think that you have the solution for them. So things like words, language, verbiage, like I used to XYZ, I feel you, I understand that point. I used to feel this way. I used to be 50 pounds heavier, and I found that blah, 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 blah. Using language that connects the two of you together so that they know why you're sharing this with them. really putting some human nature back into what we're doing. But here is something that I found that I think could really help you, and here's why I think it can help you. Okay? Is that a little bit different maybe than what some of you are doing or seeing, or kind of opening a little bit of a different doorway? Okay. Okay, so I don't know, like I said, you guys have different things going on. I'm sorry, this dog is barking over here. Just pretend like he's not. My assignment for you guys is to send 50 messages. I know it's nighttime, okay? So you can do it in the morning, and don't send them all at once, because again, if you guys get locked in Facebook jail, I really don't want like nasty messages in my inbox, because I just love all of you guys and I just want you to win. So like, don't be mad at me. So don't send all 50 of them all at one time. But this is the assignment that oh my gosh, that dog. This is the assignment that I gave at Summit, and obviously I know that you now know that you guys aren't getting that product, so you can't tell anybody about it, but maybe pick a package and kind of change up the verbiage here. So I want you to send 50 people a message in the next 24 hours that says something along the lines of, if you guys have an August promo going on, like I don't know if you have a weight loss thing, I don't know what's going on in your country, obviously. So say, have you seen our amazing August promo? Can I send you some information on it? Something along those lines. Or maybe just say, hey, we're closing out a month here in just a few days, and we have this package that I'd love to share with you. Can I send you some info? This is permission marketing as well, just a different take on permission marketing. But I promise you, if you start sending messages more like this, then you are going to have an inbox full of people that is going to be responding to you. So make sure that you have the time to answer those messages, okay? And then the last thing that I'm going to leave you guys with, because I have rambled on for almost 50 minutes at this point. But this is something, if you are watching and you're on my team, you have heard me say. But I want to share it with you guys as well, and with my team again. At the end of every single month, I always tell them it's not over till it's over. And like right now, in the world that we're living in, it just keeps getting weirder and weirder, right? Like the world just keeps getting crazier, and I don't know what's going on in South Africa as far as like the pandemic stuff goes, but it's like in the States, things will open up and you get like a glimpse of normal, and then it all shuts back down again. And it has just been like the weirdest year in the world. But I tell my team every single month that it's not over till it's over, and I think that is true for this year too. Most people have kind of written 2020 off as this year that like we just throw it all away, but I challenge you guys that it is not over till it's over. This could be, even though it seems like it's been a waste of a year, a waste of our time. Maybe there's a reason that we've all been stuck inside a little bit longer. Maybe there's a reason that the only way that we have to communicate with each other is through social media. Ironically, the way that we also make our money, right? So whatever it is that you are running to, whether it's that pay raise, that rank advancement, Club 90, a weight loss goal, it can still be yours, because this year is not over until that ball drops and they tell me it's 2021. So like, we just can't, now is not the time to slow down. Now is not the time to take the week off. Now is not the time to say 2020 is a complete wash and I'm giving up. It is not over until it's over, and I challenge you guys to keep running until you reach those opportunities. And when you get to that top spot, that moment that you've been waiting for, turn around, reach back down, and help somebody else get up there too. Okay? That's all. That's all I have. Benita? Oh, thank you.